Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube NFL prediction segment, I'm going to be giving you my picks and analysis for Week 11 of the 2015 NFL season. Now, the first game is kind of maybe borderline toilet bowl. Jacksonville Jaguars are at home against the Tennessee Titans. Well, Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm going to pick them to win at home. It's two subpar teams. Jacksonville, though, has played a little bit better, I think, in recent weeks and overall this season. And 2-2 at home. However, their Achilles heel may very well be the defense. They've given up over 28 points per game. They're number 30 in the league in the scoring defense department. They've won 2 of 3. Tennessee, okay, I understand they're number 3 in pass defense. As I've said in previous weeks, it's a little bit deceptive. Teams know a lot of this is attributed to the fact that teams can run on the Tennessee Titans, but it doesn't change the fact they are number 3 in pass defense. So, another interesting fact is that 7 of the last 8 times that these teams have played each other, they were decided by 8 points or less. So expect a competitive game. And this is one of those 50-50 games, but I'm going to give edge to Jacksonville, virtue of being home field, and the fact they are, I think overall right now, they're just a little bit better than the Titans. Another interesting fact is that they do have an unheralded star perhaps on their team. Well, you don't really hear a lot about him, but it's wide receiver Allen Robinson. He has the most receptions this season for over 20 yards at 17, and he has done a phenomenal job. So I'm picking the Jaguars to win at home. The next game, I'm going to take the Oakland Raiders reluctantly to win on the road over Detroit. Detroit's got their swagger. I know they beat Green Bay last week by 2 points. Green Bay could have easily won that game. It's nothing against the Lions, but I think it was more about the ineptitude of Green Bay as opposed to the Lions' play. The Lions right now, they're 0-3 in out-of-conference games. Oakland did not look good last week. I don't know what the status is going to be of free safety Charles Woodson and wide receiver Amari Cooper. This could impact their chances because they're obviously two integral parts of the team. But I still like the Oakland Raiders to win this one, and I think a tight game. Now the next game, I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons at home to defeat the Indianapolis Colts. Now, the Atlanta Falcons have won 6 consecutive games following the bye week, having a wide receiver Julio Jones, quarterback Matt Ryan, being at home. Devin Hester is going to be returning, and all these factors, I think, point to an Atlanta victory. Indianapolis, well, they have some good thing. They have DeQuell Jackson is number 1 in the NFL in tackles. They might have to do a lot of that in this game. Now, which Andrew Luck will show up? Will it be the one that will be an interception machine, or the one that we saw the last game he played where he looked like he was out, where he seemed like he redeemed himself for a number of bad games? So I'm still taking Atlanta at home. Now the next game, this could very well be a toss-up game. I'm going to take the New York Jets to win on the road against the Houston Texans. Now Jets are number 1 in rush defense. I know they faltered of late. I felt that was a winnable game last week against Buffalo. They didn't get the job done. They've only given up about 88 yards per game as far as on the ground. Now, as I've talked about before, J.J. Watt, DeAndre Hopkins, I mean, you got a chance where you got those 2 guys on that team. The passing offense, I'm a little bit surprised that they were ranked number 6 in passing yards per game. So they could throw this ball down the field. They're going to probably have to against the Jets because it's going to be hard to run against the New York Jets in this game. But I'm looking for the Jets to bounce back and hopefully salvage their season, and I like the Jets to win this one on the road. Now the next game, I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles to win at home over Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They haven't lost 2 in a row at home since last season. I don't think it's going to happen right now. When I say, I'm meaning 2 consecutive home losses. I don't think it's going to happen this time. Philadelphia is 4-5 right now. Tampa Bay, they've only scored 24 points in the last 2 games. Quarterback James Winston is still a work in progress. He's erratic at best. Tampa Bay is also 5-15 on the road in the last 20 games or 2+ seasons. Philadelphia is 14-6 at home in the last 20, so it's a pretty good disparity. I like Philadelphia to win this one at home. Now, the next game, I'm going to take the Chicago Bears to win at home over the Denver Broncos. I really don't like what I'm seeing with Denver, and we've seen a deteriorating Peyton Manning, unfortunately. And obviously his foot has bothered him more than maybe we anticipated. It's great that he got the record and everything, and I know some people think that game tarnishes it. I don't think it tarnishes the record, but it would have been nice to have him emerge victorious on the day when he broke that career passing yards mark. Now, Chicago, surprisingly, number one in pass defense. I was very shocked when I saw that. And the Chicago Bears are also 4-2 versus non-divisional opponents, and I believe they've held their opponents to about 16 points per game. So, I mean, I understand Denver's defense is laudable, but Chicago's is starting to pick up right now, and they are at home. And I think Denver might be in a little bit of trouble. I really don't see them winning this game, and I do like the Chicago Bears to prevail at home. Now, the next game. Baltimore Ravens, seems like whenever I pick them, they don't win. And I'm going to pick them again. I'm giving them another shot. It'll sound a little redundant with this ravenous defense, no more, obviously. They have to win at some point. In St. Louis right now, who knows which team is really going to show up. I've talked in the past about them having their relentless pass rush. They do have running back Gurley. He's very, very good running back, and the team is still number 2 in sacks in the league. But I don't know how they gave up all those points to the Chicago Bears. That was really deplorable. I mean, for a St. Louis team that was priding themselves on defense, and to come out with such a lackluster effort, I cannot understand how they played like that last week. I think they'll make it a closer game this week against Baltimore, but I think Baltimore's got to fight for their season, and they are at home, and they're going to show some pride, and I do like the Ravens to win at home. Now, the next game, I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys to win on the road. Now, Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo should be back in this one. Speaking of disparity, 2-0 with him this season, 0-7 without. I think that speaks for itself right there. It is a road game, though. Interesting fact is tight end Jason Witten has the most receptions of tight ends in the league with 49 right now. If those guys get it going, I think I could see Dallas envision them winning this game, and I think it'll be a close game. But Miami, there's some talk about defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh having a great, stellar game last game. 1 sack, 8 tackles. Quarterback Ryan Tannehill is very consistent. I see this being tight, but I do like Dallas to get a win on the road in this one. Now, the next game, I'm going to take Carolina Panthers to win this one at home. Now, don't be flabbergasted or be in a state of shock, people. So they're 9-0 this season. I think they've won like 13 consecutive regular season games, and dating back to last season. I don't know, is this team ever going to lose? Of course, it's kind of rhetorical. I know they're going to lose at some point, but they just don't seem like they're built to lose. I mean, they just seem like they're very balanced in every facet of the game. They have Cam Newton, Mr. Versatility, can run the ball. He's a dual threat, can pass. The defense makes plays at the right times. It's very opportunistic. And they're also number 1 rushing team in the NFL. They've had 20 straight games in which they've run for over 100 yards. I mean, that is unbelievable. Second NFC South team to start 9-0. The superlatives, I can't find enough for Carolina. Now, Washington putting up the 44 points last week was very shocking. Well, maybe not really. It was against the New Orleans Saints. I mean, Washington eviscerated that secondary, and that's probably a vast understatement. And Washington obviously will not be able to do that this week. They might be able to put up more points, and people think they might make it a touchdown game, but Carolina is going to win this game. Carolina, I believe, will be 10-0 after this one, and I like Carolina to win at home. Now, the next game, I'm going to take the San Diego Chargers to win at home over Kansas City. I'm reluctantly taking them. I think on paper it seems like Kansas City should be the team to win this game. Kansas City right now has shown a lot of improvement. They've outscored in the last 3 games, which they've all won. They've outscored the opposition 97-36. Even in running back Jamal Charles' absence, that's what makes this so astounding. Now they're also number one in the AFC in the turnover differential, +8. San Diego, they put up all this passing yards, and their passing offense is great, but they just can't seem to get wins lately. They are at home. I feel that they have to win this one to have any chance to salvage their season. I think you're going to see a very desperate San Diego team come out, a lot of urgency, and I see them winning this game. The next game, Minnesota, I'm going to take them at home over Green Bay. I think I'm really starting to have a little doubts about Green Bay. They're just there's just something, they're out of sync. I can't really pinpoint it. I know the fingers are going to go to Aaron Rodgers, but it could be a little more than that. It's just general cohesion and chemistry issue on offense, I believe. Now, they've obviously had some struggles, and they've averaged only about 18 points per game in the last 3 games, all losses. And Minnesota right now, they're one of the hottest teams out there at this point. They've won 7 of 8. They could have easily won 8 consecutive games, but as many of you know, one of those losses was like 23-20 to the Denver Broncos, and that could have been very easy that they could have won that. And this team right now is playing with reckless abandonment. They have no fear concept. They are just going in, rushing that ball. I think Adrian Peterson ran for 203 yards last week. And being at home, this is a team that's very formidable on their home field. Green Bay is reeling a little bit right now, and I think it's going to continue. I see Minnesota winning this game, and I'm picking the Vikings to win at home. The next game, I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks to win at home over the San Francisco 49ers. Now, Seattle right now, their aura of invincibility at home is obviously dissipated. Teams now know they can go in there and win. Anytime an upper echelon team goes in there now, it's almost like I feel that they're going to beat Seattle at this point. Would you believe at this point in the season that the Seattle Seahawks are tied for lowest amount of interceptions on the team? They have 4 INTs right now. And what is going on with Cam Chancellor and Richard Sherman and all these this vaunted defense? Is it just their timing is off or something? They just don't seem to be synchronized and all on the same page. There's something that's just not right with the Seattle defense right now. In San Francisco, lucky for Seattle that San Francisco is coming in town. San Francisco is 1-6 in the last 7 road games. They're dead last in scoring offense, and I believe, I'm not mistaken, they're dead last in total offense as well. And they're only averaging 14 points per game, and they are winless on the road this season at 0-4. I'm taking Seattle to win at home, and Seattle's not playing great, but they're definitely hands down better than San Francisco, and I'm taking Seattle to win at home. The next game, team that beat Seattle last week, I'm going to take Arizona to win at home over the Cincinnati Bengals. Both these teams obviously have Super Bowl aspirations this season. Arizona is number 1 in total offense. They also have 14 interceptions, tied. I believe it's a tie for number 1 in the league, and number 1 in scoring offense at nearly 34 points per game. And I don't know what his rating is now, but Carson Palmer, before last game, I believe he had the number 1 quarterback rating in the NFL, so it's got to be near the top right now. And look at Cincinnati. They're a team that can conceivably, they can go in and win this game. Just like Arizona, being at home right now is really the main reason that I'm picking them to win. They have the 14 INTs. They have the playmakers on defense that I think is going to give the Bengals offense a little bit of trouble, even though I understand you have Andy Dalton and A.J. Green, and they're a very good receiver-quarterback combo, but I still like Arizona to win this one at home in a tight game. Now, last but not least, I'm going to take the New England Patriots to win at home over the Buffalo Bills. Now, New England they've dominated the Bills in recent time. They have taken 7 of the last 8 from them. What you don't hear about the Bills really quite that much is that they have a defensive player who's having a great season. Defensive end Chandler Jones leads the NFL in sacks with 10.5 right now. And this is one team that is just, it's not just their offense. Their offense is explosive, but their defense is very tenacious and is playing exceptionally well right now. And New England, I know they barely squeaked out a win against the Giants, but they still did it. 9-0 right now. Their team really right now, to me, is the best in the NFL, and I could see them repeating this year. Very, very possibly you might have a repeat Super Bowl winner. I know it's still somewhat early in a lot of people's minds, but right now I do like New England. Buffalo. Buffalo is offense is not bad either. I mean, they're averaging nearly 26 points per game. As I stated before, I'm saying another way now. Bills have lost 7 of the last 8 to the Patriots. Now, they might have a little confidence and swagger because I believe they outscored New England 19-0 in the final quarter of the last time they played. But this being at New England, the fact that New England has had their number over recent years, to me, that's going to be something. Even Tyrod Taylor going in there, it's not going to be, obviously it's not, it's a daunting task to ask to go in there and beat Tom Brady and Patriots. I don't see it happening, and I do like the New England Patriots to prevail at home. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube NFL prediction segment for my Week 11 2015 NFL predictions. And stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my 2015 Week 12 NFL predictions. And until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.